Hi. Let me see if I'm live or not. Let's see. Yes, I am live now on Twitter. Hello. If you're here, please say hi to me. And if you can like, please like. And if you like my stream, please share it with your friends. Yay. So, let's get started. Hi, Suyuk. Let me see if I can amplify this stream. Okay. So I'm wearing my lady cap today and my lady t-shirts. I hope people like it too. I have my own English Telegram group. I'm running in both Korean and English. So if you want to join me, please DM me. I'll send you an invite. But it's like nothing really interesting there, but more uncensored, I would say. I don't know. Okay. Hi, crying animals. XP farming when TGE. Give me $5 airdrop. What do I mean? Hi Daniel. Yeah, my lady. Okay. So, this stream will be dedicated to sharing the insights I discovered after developing an interest in equity. Like I'm investing in equity right now. It's not investing because I'm just speculating through Hyperliquid. Through HIP3 we can now trade stock perps, and I'm a honorable Google holder. And I've also invited Chuhyuk, the most passionate Google holder I know, to join us. So please say hello, Chuhyuk.
I don't think I'm that very passionate.
No, you are passionate because you got me into this like buying Google.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's please,
Okay.
please. Okay, hi, Ju. Hi, Ju. Takayama, Mr. Takayama. Yeah, I spent some money on a nice quality camera. Thank you. Hi, Snowsy Pogi. Hello. So, cut to the chase. Let's get started. Internet. So I made a thumbnail today. It's been a while. Like this photo is like I took like a year ago. I was doing a little like quiet video whatever, but anyway, it's not me right now. You can see like the color of hair is different too. Anyway. So, because Google's TPU is becoming a hot topic, I wanted to like kind of break down. So, Nvidia's GPU originally like started as graphic cards for like games. It's helping to process like unit designed to for the like gaming games because game graphics are really high, and Jensen Huang and his like fellow co-founders, they wanted to have a really high quality game, but to do so they need better graphic cards. So it started from there, and over time their GPUs it's like so good that it became like essential for AI. Like if it can process like high quality games, then literally it can be used in multi purposes. So yes, they had like parallel processing capabilities. It became essential for AI. And there is like so it was like Nvidia's GPU era for a while. Then like Google's TPU, aka Tensor Processing Unit, is now here. So it became like essential. Like it is a chip that is designed for specifically for AI and matrix computation. So GPU that is made by Nvidia is like more for like more broader use cases, while Google made it specifically for AI. So it's like cheaper. So TPUs are very optimized for matrix calculations. Some evaluations suggested that for AI workload, like workloads. So TPUs can be way more efficient than NVIDIA's GPUs. So like there's nothing can compete GPU, but Google, like because everybody wants to have their own AI model and it is really expensive to run this with GPU. Now TPU, which is more specialized in processing AI oriented stuffs, now like it's gaining interest, and it was only used by Google. So though it is efficient, no one got really access to it. But Meta is like talking to Google, and now they're trying to use TPU. And people thought like no one can really beat GPU. Nvidia, like they're the king, but now they have competitor. So after Nvidia going really well and OpenAI was almost dominating the market, and to somehow compete with them, Google just merged DeepMind, their AI center, and Google Brain all together so that they can compete OpenAI. And so it was DeepMind before, but now their AI district is like called Gemini. And they announced new AI model. And this was like a tweet that was roasted by so many crypto people and people in general. Like, so this is like NVIDIA newsroom that like, we are delighted by Google's success. I know you're not. And they've made great advances in AI, and we can continue to supply to Google. So they want to say that, okay, still they need us. Google, okay, your TPU great, and I get that, but still you need us. Like, you know, and like this is a headline. Nvidia says its GPUs are a generation ahead of Google's AI chips. So they're very triggered. Very, very triggered. And like people were like really roasting Jensen Huang for making this tweet. But in my opinion, I think they try to like calm people. Hey guys, do not dump us. So you guys will need me, Google need us. So it's not a big deal, guys. We are generation ahead. Like this is what they try to say. And I think it's fair. You know, Bonk guy, Unipix, he's like number one holder of useless. And if you look at his tweets, it's all about bull posting useless. Like it was actually funny because it was like a tweet about tweet made by someone from Coinbase, and he replied there that you need to list useless because blah blah blah. It was like really long. I was like, wow, this Unipix, he is like hustler. Wow. And I get that because he is like number one holder. And crazy thing is that I looked into the shareholder ownership list, and Jensen Huang owns 3.61% of whole stock. Guys, like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Like for this meme coin, he's like working this hard, and he's like, I don't know, like Nvidia is like 3.1 trillion and he's holding like 3%, then he must be looking at the stock price. He must be very, caring about it. And this is like the whole list of the shareholders.
He must bundle the coin when it was deployed. It's impossible to have 3% of a number one coin on Earth without bundling. I think he's an insider. We should arrest him.
You said number one coin?
Yes.
He bundled it. He bundled it for real.
Yeah, definitely.
Was it like you get Fidelity, BlackRock, and Vanguard? Wow. Imagine the smell, how they feel about it. So I think I get that. Like he must like, and Nvidia stock is like doing so well, and he's the dev. Like people are saying why dev is caring about the price. He should not be, but he's not just a dev, but he's like bundler. He's like top one holder, not top one holder, but among like individuals. So I totally get why he was like so sensitive about Google's TPU, and he could nothing but just had to post this. And
Yeah.
then let's see. So Gemini 1 was like meh. It was basic and people were not really impressed. And back then I was a student and I got a free model, but I didn't really use it because ChatGPT was like way better. Then like Gemini, how do you pronounce it?
Gemini.
Gemini, like Gemini 2.1, like what's good. Have you tried using Gemini 2.1,
Yeah.
2.0? How was it?
it it was not the best, but if you compare it to like previous versions of other AIs, it was okay. It was okay because um like when you try to do these sort of YouTube summaries, these other AI models, they sometimes lack a lot of detail due to the different type of data they can access. For example, um, through the YouTube API, most companies, most people can access the uh, closed captions. So they know what the video is saying, but they don't know what the video is showing.
Mm.
So when you use Google AI Studio, it exactly shows like with with text, it lets you know what type of screen is being shown in the summary, and you know what is going on in the video using Google's actually pretty good in that way.
Oh, so they're better at processing the video and images?
So basically, they have different access permissions to the data of YouTube because they're all under the Google umbrella.
Hmm.
So they can provide better, what do you say, like summaries or like analyses of videos compared to other companies' AIs.
Oh, interoperability, right?
Interoperability. Yeah, yeah, interoperability. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like Gemini 3.0 and it outperforms ChatGPT and it runs on a way more lighter model, which is TPU. So people are pivoting to Gemini 3.1. And yes, like, so if you look at the prediction market, best AI at the end of 2025, and now Gemini. S- Next runner is like Grok, and ChatGPT is like right there. I don't know what's going on with DeepSeek. It was like really doing well in the beginning of November, like 2024, and like it suddenly disappeared. What's going on with
Um,
DeepSeek, by the way? Do you know?
DeepSeek, as long as I know, um, it may not be better in terms of performance,
Mm-hmm.
but when we are talking about like actual adoption, I've read a headline about these Chinese open source models
Mm-hmm.
being used in many companies because they're basically free. So like the licensing fees and like all these like costs um to use US made frontier models are pretty high. So like these small like developers or companies, they tend to use Chinese AI models, which is kind of nuts because like they're competing against each other in AI capabilities, and they see it as a an existential threat basically. But they're like, nope, it's kind of expensive to use US made stuff, so I'm gonna just use a Chinese model, which is
Yeah.
free and open source.
Right. The thing is that so people chose DeepSeek over ChatGPT because it's more cheap. Then if Gemini can go that low, like go that really cheap,
Hmm.
then people will just use
Yeah,
Gemini, right?
exactly. Especially when they can like scale like more than what ChatGPT or these other like frontier models did
Yeah,
with their GPUs, then I
because
guess
it seems like Gemini, like it's really strong, but at the same time, pricing is really competitive. That's why it's like doing so well, and Google stock is like doing really well too. So maybe DeepSeek can really draw on if Gemini can really scale
hmm.
slightly more.
Yeah, but I'm no expert in these AI like developing whatever things, but as long as I know, if a model is open source, that means you can run it on your own computer. So you don't need
Oh.
to, you're basically renting out an AI model when you use it on the internet. But if you can host your own model on your own computer, that means your cost is zero.
Hmm.
So zero versus one is still zero
Right.
is the cheaper option. So people who have the option and who know what they're doing might go with the more cheaper option.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So I talked with like AIs, and it says ChatGPT still has like higher performance, but Gemini, like overall, ChatGPT is like performing better. But in several benchmarks, Gemini is like doing better and cheaper, and it's really rapidly catching up. So that's what I heard, and I think people already knows this. People already know this. That's why it's showing like here, and this is like that data AI model benchmark performance. If you look at it, Gemini 3 Pro is really doing well. Like it outperformed in every single
Wow, that's crazy.
topics, right? But for live code LO, I don't know what that is, but this one like is similar. But in general, Gemini 3 is like killing it.
Yeah, have you read the internal document leak from OpenAI?
This one, yes.
Oh,
Yes, I got you. I got you right there. So let me touch this one first and then go to that one. So it was NVIDIA and OpenAI's word, and now there's a powerful new competitor, Team Google, and it's challenging the existing AI ecosystem. And it used to run like this. So OpenAI has like everything, like they have like all the it's a brain and NVIDIA's GPU and CUDA, which is also open source, like the like they were there, and the Oracle and Microsoft Azure was also like team here, and then people were using all this to make AIs and models. But now this is the emerging stack, which is led by Google. Broadcom, they do the TPU designing and manufacturing, and JAX, which is like a CUDA made by Google, and PyTorch, TensorFlow, they're like Team Google, and it became Gemini 3.1 and AI apps. So previous one is the current stack, and it's like Microsoft is famous for owning a lot of OpenAI, and they're like really intertwined, and they were the best. But suddenly Google kind of crushed everything with Tensor, PyTorch, Broadcom. So, yes, like after revealing the Gemini 3.0, Sam Altman, like Sam Altman stated in an internal email that we are now in a position where we are chasing Google. So it's not just saying that wow, Google is doing well. Like Nvidia was saying like, oh, I'm happy for you, Google. It's not that level. But what Sam Altman says is that we are now in a position where we are chasing Google. So it's actually embarrassing, isn't it? How do you feel about this leak?
like it seemed like in 2020, late 2022, Sam Altman was a god, basically, you know? Like when ChatGPT first came out, everyone freaked out. Everyone was like, this is like artificial, like this is human intelligence type shit. You know, they're like talking really big. But yeah, and then back in the day, Google AI was non-existent. And then they came out with like this these very politically correct AI models that showed like a white Barack Obama, whatever, like I don't know, like they painted people black when they're not, when they're just white people. I think that was Microsoft or something, but anyways,
They
yeah,
painted white people black?
I think so, but
That's great.
I think that's Microsoft. Like I don't know.
Oh.
Like I'm not remembering it correctly,
Mhm.
but Google had a lot of blunders. They were not doing very well in the AI frontier because, Google already had DeepMind and, the AlphaGo model, you remember that?
AlphaGo, of course, 이세돌,
Yeah, Isidore, the
바둑.
yeah, Go. So the model that beat Go in a very historic moment, which was also made in a movie, that was Google.
Mhm.
And yeah, they're crushing it until like, a certain period of time. And then ChatGPT came out and then everyone was like, "Oh, Google's such a big company. Now they suck ass. Now they're lost. Like nobody knows, like Google doesn't know what they're doing. Peter Thiel shit on them, like everyone shit on them." And then now they come out with like a monster Gemini and their whole like specialized hardware, and now that they're lending it to Meta and now everyone's freaking out, and
Right.
Jensen Huang needs to make this whole like bonkai type announcement.
Bald guy time
Yeah.
enhancement. Let's go back to bald guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the reaction from Sam Altman, I think it seemed like it came from a position of, you know, confidence. Not confidence, but like something more like, I think he kind of missed what Google was doing. I think he was like undermining their
Mm-hmm.
efforts, and then I think he was like just he was surprised by Google's sudden advancement in the sector.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also like Google has such a huge revenue stream from multiple sources, and they have
Exactly.
distribution, they have
Right.
data, they have users, they have like they're very stable when it comparing to ChatGPT, because I mean OpenAI, because you know OpenAI, they have no revenue. They're just sucking up their investors' money. So yeah, if I were Sam Altman, I wouldn't be very happy about this right now.
I'm curious. So Sam Altman is the dev of WorldCoin, and you bought a lot of WorldCoin as far as I remember.
No, not a lot.
Like okay amount of money, but you were really bullish on ChatGPT and the future of Word. And how do you feel about it? So okay, OpenAI itself started from non-profit organization, but Sam Altman said now we are a company and I'll do IPO, blah blah blah, and they were not making money, but aren't they? Weren't they making money from World at least?
No, World is like a totally different like venture. It's not a part of OpenAI. It's a totally different yeah, it's like Sam Altman is like the president or something,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't like I don't think it's really related to any type of revenue from OpenAI,
Mm-hmm.
but
But they have like DID stuff.
they do. But the reason I thought WorldCoin would do better
Mm-hmm.
was because since OpenAI is leading the sector, and if they come up with more ways to integrate AI, and if AI becomes like a problem in the future, and the problem comes from OpenAI, then they're going to,
Solve that issue
yeah, solve
with
that issue
word
with their,
DID.
yeah, they deliver you a problem and the solution altogether. So I was like, okay, look at this like this motherfucker. So he was doing this, I don't know, evil like whole plan thing, and I was like, okay, let me like see if I can benefit it. But now,
Mm-hmm.
someone more powerful has came into the game. Now I'm not sure if WorldCoin would do any better.
The reason why I asked you about WordCoin is they have so this app is your distribution power, and if you join Word, there are like many apps below it. I thought they do some kind of revenue share together. That's what I thought because that's what Gemini can do. It's like for B2C, they can do something with YouTube ads, search ads, Google Cloud. Like AI can be a revenue engine for the all existing revenue sources. So, like you just said, Google can monetize AI through like so many existing sources. And like you said, they pick their platform. They have great distribution power. So unlike OpenAI, like struggling to find someone who will willing to use their API to build something using their API, like they got everything because
Yeah,
they made it and they just applied this to their own product and people will just pay to use it.
yeah, exactly.
So it's like crazy. It's like an end game.
Yeah. It's a nightmare to whoever is trying to build a powerful AI that doesn't have the same distribution power as Google.
So if you look at the like newly updated Google website, they have they put AI on the top. So if you are searching for something like topic, then this AI is like doing all the overview and give you the nice and neat summary up here. And if you actually click the AI mode, then you can use Gemini for free, which is crazy. But this is not 3.0, right? I don't know about like which model they're giving out for free, but I'm constantly using this AI mode to like quickly check because yesterday I met my friend from New York and he was saying like New York's winter is as bad as Seoul, but as far as I know, Korea is worse. So we had to look up. He was using ChatGPT, and I was just like asking Google, and I was faster. Hell yeah. So
Yeah,
it's actually useful for users too. It,
yeah,
like, so are you using like Gemini for your daily life?
yeah. I totally shifted away from ChatGPT to Gemini because, sometimes when I need something fast, it is actually more faster. And I think the replies, I mean, I don't see it like as like superior, but since I just subscribe to Google Gemini, I just like quit using ChatGPT kind of because when I have all my resources scattered around, it's kind of annoying. And I don't see it like it's not like too good or too bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it certainly has become way better than before. And also in terms of its image processing, like Nano Banana,
Mm-hmm.
like that one's crazy. Like the
Yeah.
way how it remixes images, the way how it preserves the texture of an image,
Mm-hmm.
the way how it's so realistic.
But why their name is like banana?
I have no clue. It's maybe some it was probably someone's like project. I don't know, but
Uh,
anyways, it's become a very useful tool.
right.
So, yeah, it's good.
Yes. So I want to like quickly see how many people are watching our streaming. So let me go through chat. Hi, Sands and Fire, Snow, Funny TA Guy, GM, Ryu Shiba. Ryu Shiba. It's a dangerous name. What do you think about Chinese Nvidia?
I've only read the Chinese Nvidia has like it had like um 1,000x above its IPO um uh cap. So like I just read like a headline that it's doing an IPO and it's like raising I don't even know the number, but it went over like 1,000x.
Thousand.
So it seems like people want to bet on the Chinese version, of this powerful new technology or whatever.
Yeah. But not, it doesn't necessarily, like, they don't really have to win NVIDIA. Like, these traders just want to buy early, buy low, sell high. So it's totally making sense,
Yeah.
right? Like, so if I'm Chinese or if I get access to that sales, I will just join it because they might not, they might suffer because they're latecomer. Still, it's still cheap in the beginning. So I think like that overbooking is like really making sense. And I don't really know about Chinese Nvidia, so no comment for this.
Me
But I'm
neither.
rooting for you guys, like for them. So this became more political thing. It's not just a war between companies, but it's a war between China and US. I get that Trump or US don't want Nvidia to export their GPU to China, but like in this open market, I thought it's unfair. But still, I get that safety comes first, and that like I remember that like this news that US is banning Nvidia from exporting their GPU affected their stock price, but because US is kind of guaranteeing that this is the meta like AI war is about what sovereignty whatever, so they're willing to support that kind of vibe, really like saved everything. I remember that. So yeah, I think China also have to do something.
I mean, they are doing a lot. Like,
Yeah.
all these like people on Twitter, they're screaming China's taking over and like, China has reached like a new industrial revolution type of era and like Chinese manufacturing is going to take over the US and now the US going to suffer in the future and all that. But I think the US and China both have their own trade-offs. And it's hard to really make a conclusion here on who's gonna come out on top because they have like, you know, U.S. have race wars, but China also has like some bad things going on in their own neighborhood too. So yeah,
Yeah, and next one, Snowy Poggy. Oh, so hyper peaky hi, or hyper liquid community member hi. Very spielhong. Anyway, okay. How was the lead up for Google to develop these and have the tooling and infra?
Um, yeah, so when he questioned that, I quickly searched it,
Mm-hmm.
and so the backstory actually, okay, you're eating something.
This is good. Anyway,
So
yeah.
it started as a panic moment back in 2013. Basically, some guy in the leadership team
Mm-hmm.
did some sort of math and realized that if every Android user ever used voice search for just 3 minutes a day, Google would have to double its entire data center footprint. And it was going to be way too expensive and slow to just keep buying standard CPUs or GPUs, whatever chips. So they put together a small team, and they managed to design having chips in the data center in 15 months, which is like kind of unheard of. They managed to design something in such a short time, and uh they basically built like some new sort of like form factor,
Mm.
and so they designed their TPUs to fit perfectly into their like hard drive slots of their existing servers. So they literally just need to walk down the aisles of their, data centers and pop out the drive base, and suddenly those servers now have like, super computer type of computing power or whatever. And
Mm.
so, like, the backstory is, so basically, someone did some calculations in terms of how much infrastructure they need to be investing in, and then turns out if everyone just did, the voice chat thing for just 3 minutes per day, that means they got to double their infrastructure, and they came out with this new hardware, and
Mm.
they only use it for like their own internal infrastructure, and now they're lending it out to Meta.
Oh, that's such a great explanation. Thank you, Chuhyung. Thanks for the quick search too. Who is Speaker Man currently? He's Chuhyuk. Can you type hi for the people here? Guys, follow him. He's like Giga Brain, and he's honorable Google holder too. He begged me to buy Google.
I just Googled that.
I just Googled that. And then for crypto, GM should be Folk. I have no crown anymore. This guy is from YouTube. Like, please get the crown back. And Micah's. Remember Aptos guy? Ah, yeah, I remember. Aptos looking good. That was like phenomenal. That shit really worked.
Yeah, Google doing well is somehow good for Aptos. And actually, people said that the term Google it would be, it would be obsolete,
Hmm.
but it's now
Gemini.
coming back because, we're gonna be Googling stuff, and Gemini
Oh,
is gonna, we're still Googling in
I remember
2025.
them. So it was like Google it and then just ask ChatGPT, and now it's back to Googling because Gemini is taking over.
Yeah,
Wow.
ChatGPT it is gone. That's such a boomer term now.
Bye, Sam Altman. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Sam Altman. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
think.
he should sell his car to fund his project. Have you seen his car?
No, is it like that
Wow.
good? Sam Altman car.
Let me Google Sam Altman car. You're gonna see some ridiculous photos.
Okay.
This is not even a car. It's like a spaceship, basically, on a road.
This one? No, no, no.
Just go to the images instead of articles.
Oh, images.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Oh shit! This is good. Wow.
Yeah, that's the
It's
exact
like a
photo.
spaceship.
Yeah, he's got some like good cars. Like
Oh,
he
not just one, like many cars.
he works at a non-profit organization, but somehow he rocks one of the most
Oh,
impressive cars on earth.
is it on live? Let's see. Oh no, no,
Um,
no, no, no. Like Can you see my screen too?
Yeah,
Nice. So it's like Sam Altman who does OpenAI without any claim to profit. He bought a, I don't know how to read it.
Koenigsegg
Connie said we got Rigera,
Regera for $5.
but 5 million, my billion,
Oh,
5 million.
$5 million. Yeah, that's some ridiculous stuff. By the way, Mr. Flood here, he's talking about Buzzlamic Jihad. He was really annoying, not even funny. Must have been Aptos marketing team had him muted and blocked. If
Really?
you're in crypto, pivot to nonprofit. Bro, that is the way.
That is the way.
Yeah. How do I get into a nonprofit? Nobody knows. That's why you get to make so much money.
So true. So, do you guys know Samsung and Hynix? I think maybe still like many followers, like high ratio, like I'm Korea, like the ratio. So many followers are from Korea for my tweet, though I'm tweeting in Korean. So, but still, like because I'm doing this in English, I think not many people know about SK Hynix. I think you guys have heard of Samsung because of the conglomerate chaebol thing. There was really stupidly funny video. I mean photo. Like it's a very fun story. So Jensen Hang came to Korea, and like SK Hynix, Samsung, Nvidia, they were all together in Ganbu Chicken, one of like franchise in Korea, chicken franchise, and they did love shot together. And he is flexing that he got a gift from Jensen Huang. So Lee Jae-yong, his like the full name, I think his English name is Jay, and Jensen Huang's signature right here, and he got whiskey. Like, I remember like KBQ or whatever. Right? That's how I remember. So this got me thinking. Okay, if Nvidia is struggling, will Samsung and Hynix will also get affected? Because like Kospi was doing really well. It was actually outperforming Nasdaq for a short time, and of course Bitcoin. And my mom and father, they're like fanatics, like Kospi, fanatics of Kospi. So I was like kind of worried because Samsung is the largest by market cap, and SK Hynix is supporting the Samsung's rally because they're the top contributors, and both of them are like building HBM demand, like HBM. So I was like worried. I was very worried about this. So I had to look up it, and there are three main players in AI chip world. Chip designers, they're the like competitors, like Nvidia versus Google. And there's memory makers, which is current companies, SK Hynix and Samsung, and they're producing high bandwidth memory, like processing something really quick. And there's a packaging and manufacturing companies like TSMC, one and only TSMC, that can never be really replaced. So, so it means that though whoever wins, they still need Hynix and Samsung. That's why their stock will do fine.
Korea number one.
Korea number one.
Korea number one.
Yeah, like still like it's really I think it's very known fact that to produce AI, like I mean chip, each countries have very specific role about this. Like one in Japan, one in
The
um,
Netherlands.
Netherlands, and one in Taiwan, and one in Korea. And if one of these countries have issue, then like
The
no
whole
one can
industry
really have.
falls apart.
Right. So it's a big issue. And actually, I bought a whole like really thick book about this, but I never really opened. Anyway, so that means like Nvidia, Google, whoever win, they need to still depend on Samsung and SK Hynix. So okay for Kospi. Okay, then like people came down, like Nasdaq was like going down a little bit, and people were worried. Like Bitcoin was also like really going down. It was chopping a lot, and people worried like, are we really over, or just open AI is over? And let's see the stock price of each company. So left is Team Nvidia. Nvidia was like going all time high. It was like really crazy, and it's going down a little bit. Let's zoom it a little. So after Google's announcement, after the reveal, it's dipping. And Oracle, which is like Team Nvidia, they are suffering even more. While Google is like it's like so comfy. Like it's like really comfortable. It's like really happy to just look at their charts, like going up only. So this is why I was really reluctant to buy Google on Hyperliquid. Actually, I'm not a holder because I'm just a speculator, but still, like I'm a holder. I'm rooting for Google. It's like doing really well, and Broadcom is reviving too. There was a huge dip here slightly, but it's going up and it's experiencing like higher rally. So by just looking at the stock, we can see how market is perceiving this situation. People prefer Gemini and they think Nvidia rally should somehow stop. Should be stopped.
You know, I after digging into all of this,
Hmm.
my impression was that crypto is such a retarded industry because like these stocks, they go up and down for a very straightforward reason.
Mm,
Like, you know,
so
Google is
true.
coming out with Gemini and their TPUs are the backbone of it.
Hmm.
And it seems like it's not a good moment for Nvidia and whoever is backing them. So short them and long Google. It's so straightforward, right?
Right.
They have like a concrete reason to go up or down. But
Concrete reason.
yeah, but crypto is not like it. Crypto's like, um, Trump farted, Farcoin and Trump dumped. Like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So,
So true.
so like, I now feel what I was doing in crypto. I'm like, why didn't I ever look into the whole AI bubble thing? Now I'm getting more interested in,
Hmm.
but it feels like I'm so late. But I think the bubble will go on for a bit more. I hope so,
Mm.
and I'm trying to see what I can do here.
I think, you and me, we are the retail. And if we sense the same thing, then almost everyone is like feeling the similar thing. I think that's why equity perps are emerging and they're doing well.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's like a very natural progression of the industry. That's why I think we're also being exposed to these things. It must be because we see all these equity um perp dexes, and then now we see these tickers, and then now we look at the news, and then it's like it must be like that. So I kind of blame myself for not being interested in these things more early on.
Me too, but it's okay. Better late than never. So, and what I'm more excited about is not just perk, but actual tokenized equities.
Yeah, that's cool, but I think the problem is like these tokenized stocks, whatever, they're not like the real stock. So
True.
you never get to like how are they gonna give out the dividends and all if they tokenize the stock? Like it's not gonna be like, they're gonna give me it with USDC, whatever.
Hmm.
So like that's why there are no like spot markets for these stocks and right now. It's all perps, which kind of sucks because you still get to be liquidated even though it's a very low probability if you only do 1x or 2x.
Hmm.
But if their oracle breaks, then you can get liquidated anyway. So you still have that little risk there, which kind of sucks.
True.
And I think there is demand for people like me who want to own stocks and hold them long term without being exposed to any liquidation risks. But I think it's not going to come from a crypto native app. Seems like Robinhood's gonna do it.
Robinhood will gonna tokenized.
Yeah, Robinhood or other like bigger TradFi institutions that have better connections and know the business better, I think they might be able to deliver spot equities to on-chain users.
But Lighter already did for Coin and Hood.
Did they? Is
Yeah.
it is it spot?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's like spot.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh no, equity perp trading.
Yeah, it's all perps. Cause spot doesn't make sense.
True. Because they listed only two tickers. I thought like I just assumed, oh maybe it's a spot, like tokenized
Yeah.
equity, but it was like perp. Oh, that's why Han Solar posted with the screenshot of this like, hyperliquid saying this is really epic because he bought OpenAI
Oh, on Hyperliquid.
on hyperliquid and he said it's like it's pretty
Open
epic.
AI.
Yes.
Open AI is not even, they don't even have a stock. It's basically you're betting on
Pre-market.
their private market value.
Right. So, yeah. Let's go check it again. So,
Yeah, so open AI, yeah, I mean, like betting on private markets is also something very interesting,
mhm.
because all these big corporations, I mean, not even corporations, like these big companies, private companies, they don't want to let anyone access their ownership, their governance, whatever, to ruin their game, Like they don't want random people to become a part of their company.
True, like those on-chain users, they're not in KYC.
Yeah,
These people used to buy Filecoin.
because like, have you read that the SEC has investigated Shima Capital?
Yes.
So, do you know the details?
No.
I read a bit,
Yeah.
and I think the managing partner of Shima Capital,
He was like he's Kiwa. What was his name?
I don't even know, it was a weird
I,
name.
I actually met him in person. We were friends in LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. But so basically what happens is
mhm.
um he was asking founders to issue a token as soon as possible, and he was like, saying why don't you just do a meme coin? Like why not? He was like actively asking people under his portfolio
What the
to
fuck?
issue
Really?
some sort of token, like out of some sort of like, at an event, and like, and I don't know like what he's gonna do with it, but obviously the way he people like, you know, speak about it is because maybe he wants to pump and dump that shit. So
Mhm.
imagine these type of people being your investor. Like that would be a nightmare, Like
Mhm.
you only want to be associated with the best investors. So that's why, OpenAI is, I think, Coleslaw.
Mhm.
Coleslaw Ventures, it has led the OpenAI private round for, I don't know, but like, yeah, you don't want to have like random people like me, like acting like a big boss and calling you and saying I'm a shareholder and
I
shit.
think you and me, we have no issues, but those like big whales in crypto.
Yeah,
Crypto bros are the worst, so like including me, so they don't want them to have too much power. But they're too big. Yeah, but we're talking about like general equity, so hmm.
yeah, because like,
Yeah,
a
I don't
private
know.
company wants to stay private for a reason. They don't need that
Ah,
much money.
private ones.
Yeah, because like, OpenAI, I think if they feel like they're cornered,
Mhm.
and if they feel like they cannot source much more money from other big companies like, Oracle or Nvidia, they're gonna go public, 100%.
Mhm.
Because they don't have revenue. They need money somehow to operate their business. So they have to go public at one point, and I don't know when, but they will be forced to do that because I don't really see like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but like seems like Sam Altman's is shocked. Maybe the IPO might be his last trump card, and then he might try to do something there. Maybe he can just dump all his world coin.
I also want to ask your opinion about ICM, but before that, I actually prepared this chart. OpenAI estimated balance sheet. So, not shit. So, these blue bars are revenue, and these purple bars are cloud and compute costs. And these red dots are new capital raised from investors. And these blue dots are remaining cash or free cash flow. So this is an estimation made by HSBC, like for the future of OpenAI. So in 2025, less than 10 billions is their revenue, but the revenue grows rapidly around 220 billions by 2013. So it looks like a win for OpenAI. But if the problem is the cloud costs, this is why I think people are going crazy about TPU, concept of TPUs, because they're like large language model that is really heavy. This purple bar is showing that their costs are growing as much as their revenue. So, but in 2025, it's around 40 billions, but in 2013, close to 200 billions. So it means that the cost of running and training AI model is increasing much faster than the revenue. So it's like more strip, like it's going more.
Yeah.
So like if you look at this like blue dots, which is free cash flow, it's going negative, and it's getting slightly better in 2030. But it's like it feels like forever.
Yeah. And
I
also
cannot
this,
even imagine what I will be doing on and like in 2030.
yeah, this is just a projection. So you never know how the cost would like, compound over time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's always you have to assume the worst. Like this must be some sort of, I don't know, but estimations tend to be kind of optimistic, I think, Like
Optimistic. This is like the worst ever. Like
no,
it's just
no,
like
but like when people try to estimate things, they try to, estimate objectively, but like I don't think like they want to like, you know, paint
I
such
think
a
they could.
dark picture for, one of the biggest companies in the world. Like
I mean, I
it could
think
be
they could
active
come up
fun
with
though.
this data because they have to train and they can estimate how much it will cost to like train AI. I get that. Like I think that's really fair that this is just an estimation. But the reason why OpenAI, though they raised a lot, Sam Altman is like really desperate about raising more, is because it costs a lot.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
there's like answer in there, like his attitude.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like so desperate about like raising more.
yeah. And somehow like building more data centers wouldn't like really solve their problems in the future, maybe because like I'm no AI expert, but the guy who used to be like the chief scientist at Meta for like 2 months, the one of the godfathers of AI, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that the current LLM regime isn't the way how AI should be developed. Like if we want really, really smart models, so we might not even need these big data centers in the future. That's why a lot of people are saying it's a bubble because it's basically you're betting on a future assuming that this technology would be like this might be it, like you never know if we would come up with like new methods to train an AI. It's
Mm-hmm.
like almost betting on you know a steam engine to like
Betting on
billions,
steam engine.
yeah, to like grillions when in the future you might discover a new type of like engines like internal combustion engines or electric engines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think that's the state of it, and uh, that's why a lot of people are just saying this like it's this is a gamble. So that's why the government is also trying to make sure these AI companies don't like go to bust
Mm-hmm.
because like even though they might be gambling on such trivial things maybe
Mm-hmm.
um the people who are leading it are actually not stupid people. They're very very smart and they are betting on it because I don't know, because competition, because they don't want to lose. But what do you don't want to lose on? Do you want to do you is it because you're you're not sure? I mean, it's because like you're just afraid that someone else would reach your goal before you and nobody knows that your method is actually right. So there's like this big big uncertainty in the future for everyone and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's that's the state of things. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Hmm. So, like, after doing all these researches and having a conversation with you, so how people are projecting current situation is slightly different from your view. Like, it's less about no, it's same view with you. It's the same view because people are not calling this AI bubble. There are more room to go. Just like you said, we might have new way to train the model, and we thought GPU is the only way, but now there's TPU. So AI bubble, not sure. Maybe we can go further, but yes, open AI bubble. So
Yeah,
the people's conclusion is like, yeah, we open AI is a bubble.
maybe, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
wish him to win. Yeah. 하이 비사유? 비사유? 부사유? 하이 비사유? 카일라. 한국말 해줘요. 한국말은 너무 쉽죠. 껌이죠. I just spoke in Korean. So like long story short. So I think this is like the best way to sum up the today's stream. Team OpenAI plus Nvidia, Oracle, Microsoft, they are in kind of danger because they used to dominate this like AI model. People thought OpenAI is the best and GPU is the only way, and they have their own model. I mean, like stack which is CUDA, and it's like open source. Like people just made everything opt for this CUDA, so they thought they can dominate this market forever. But now Google came up with this TPU and it was built only for Google to just it was very optimized for Google. But because it's so expensive to afford GPU and shit, they just realized that maybe we can just sell this just like AWS. And Meta actually is interested in it. And it became the emerging stack. And it turns out that AI model that is trained by TPU was better performing. It is actually performing better. So people go like, wow, maybe Nvidia like it's like railing so hard. Maybe it's time for them to step down a little bit and give a room for Google and other team members to go higher. And this is the result right now. Nvidia was railing really hard, but it dipped slightly, and Oracle is having some issue there. Like sorry about that. And Google is like constantly doing well. Their slogan is what was that? Don't be evil. Do you remember the Google's company slogan?
Yeah, don't be evil.
Don't be evil. Wow. They're showing their mercy. So yeah, Broadcom, which is like Team Alphabet, Team Google, is experiencing like steep rise of their stock price. And really crazy thing is that now we don't have to just buy Bitcoin, Solana, or shitcoins, but thanks to HIP and some other equity perps, with using crypto, we can speculate on equities. Yay! So I bought Google here from this one. But what I'm more excited for is like actual tokenized equities. But Chuhyuk was pretty skeptical about it. But still, I think somehow we will break through all the barriers because we've been doing that. Blockchain, we've been doing that, like making so-called innovations. So I'm sure we will figure out the way. So yes, this is it. Like this is the thing that I prepared. That's it. So I don't know how many people are tuning in. Let me see. Let me see. If there's any question, please let me know. Um, and if you are enjoying my stream, please give me a like. Let me see. Yeah. Chuhyuk, is there anything you want to cover today?
Well, I think that's it. I think you know, we pretty much covered what we need to know about GPUs and TPUs and OpenAI and Sam Altman's cool car.
It's a Maltman's cool car. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has like spaceship.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, so I'm about to say goodbye. Guys, if you tuned in, please say goodbye to me, please. And I was eating this melon cake. It was delicious. So
Okay.
this snack is Korean snack, as you can see, it's written in Korean. but they started from banana cake. And I don't know if you guys know Blackpink. I think for sure you guys know banana cake. It's Jennie's favorite snack. So it went viral once. And after that, they are making this derivatives. This one is like a melon cake. That's really good. And let me do a quick ASMR and finish it quick. And I don't know how many people here are Korean or if there's anyone here. 아마 I can speak in Korean for like 1 minute too. 메론 케이크 존나 맛있습니다. I think I gotta make the best use out of this mic. This mic is owned by Chuhyuk, who is co-owning the studio, by the way. This is really good. Right. Thanks for the informative chat. Thank you. Thank you more. I wonder if like there's anyone. Oh, Bitcoin is back to 91K. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Guys, like Degen Trading LSD, he's like the goatest goat. Let me show you his tweet. Degen Trading LSD. I don't know whatever is going on, but if he is bearish, then market is bearish. He's the market in terms of short. Follow him, guys. He's like the goatest goat. Follow him. I was long in Bitcoin from like 88. And I was I was enjoying my time, and I of course notification is on, and I saw his tweet, and I full set Hitler right away, and waited for a while, and then short, and I'm making money
Damn.
from South Africa. Love listening to you talk Korean though. 아 진짜 한국어는 너무 쉽죠. 진짜 저는 영어 하는 게 너무 스트레스 받아요. To be honest. So what I just said is, for me, English is really, really stressful. English is like the most stressful thing I'm experiencing at this moment. Yeah, this is my tweet. Let me quickly show you guys my timeline. I love Crypto Condom. Tom Lee, not drummer. If one is wondering why gold went parabolic in 2025, it's because of Tether. Okay. And Crypto Condom said, you're retarded. Macro instability and foreign central bank purchases are responsible for gold going parabolic. I think like Crypto Condom, he really hates Tom Lee. I saw so many times he's beefing on Tom Lee. And like he's really good at reading macro, so I would strongly recommend you guys to follow him. He's really good at reading macro. And as far as I remember, he's really bearish in general for now. So I was very cautious about longing Bitcoin. I'm so glad that I timed rightly thanks to Degen Trading LSD. I love him. He's like so good. He's just like so goated. Please, guys, follow him. He's like the goatest goat ever. Degen Trading LSD and Crypto Condom. And Don Alt. I love him. Don Alt. And Ignas. Head. I mean, he's very controversial person, but it's hard. Like I don't want to admit, but his contents are good. Sometimes he's really right up. I mean, not sometimes. I think he's like 8 out of 10 right about the market timing. So I put notification on him, and I love looking at his data. Had some call option from 86, 87 with the perps, and then short from 91.5 briefly for the funding. Ooh. You want to run away? You think market will gonna rebound? Okay. It's just test stream. Interesting. Ooh. I thought I changed. You think market will gonna rebound? I thought I changed the name of the stream, but it's showing test stream. It's actually depressing Because like name, oh my god, it's wrong again. Because I had a stream with Hansola 2 days ago, and I forgot to change the title. So like with restream, like this like one of the horrible title I can ever have, and I was really feeling guilty about this because Hansola he's like legendary person, and the wisdom he shared were so good. But I made a terrible title here, so I made a checklist not to make sure not to make this happen again. And I this one is like where's test stream? Still it was like test stream. Yeah, my stream. Okay, next Monday. I mean next week's Tuesday. I'll be coming back and I'll come up with better title. Because the title I said was Silence the Google shareholder is speaking. That was my title. I think this is the title on YouTube, but here it's not.
I don't know why that happened.
It's okay. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm so grateful for everyone who tuned in. And yeah. Okay, so I'll be wrapping up. Let's see. Thanks for thanks for tuning in and have a good night or day. And I'll be back on Tuesday next week, same time. With Lai Yuan. With Lai Yuan. He's awesome. Okay. Okay. Please say goodbye to me if you're here and bye. 안녕. I'll do a quick ASMR.